The Nordstrom anniversary sale is live, so let's get some inspiration for fall sewing. Hi, my name is Sarah, and welcome to my channel, which is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. Last year, I did a video on the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and you guys really seemed to love it, so I decided to bring it back for this year. If you're not familiar, Nordstrom is a department store similar to Neiman Marcus, Saks, Selfridges, that kind of thing. And every year in July, they put their entire new fall collection on sale. And it's a really good opportunity to see what kinds of garments are going to be trending for the fall season. So I have chosen over 30 picks from the sale and matched it up with sewing patterns so you can get a head start on the kinds of things that you might want to make for fall. Now I'm only including patterns here, not fabrics, because the beauty of sewing is that you can use whatever fabrics that you like, what colors are your taste, what prints. So we're going to be sticking to patterns only, and I will be linking all of the original items and the patterns on my blog because there's going to be too many links for the YouTube description box, but that blog post will be linked down below in the description box and also in the comments so you can easily find it. All right, let's just get to it. Starting off with tops, the first thing I want to share with you is a tailored vest from OOTD. Tailored vests are still going strong for the fall season. There were a few different ones included in the sale. This one has a relatively high V-neck as well as a little notch in the front. It has welt pockets and it appears to be made out of a suiting fabric. The pattern that I chose for this is the Maison Fauve pom-pom vest. It comes in sizes 34 to 52. I have sewn this pattern myself, so I can vouch for it. It's a free pattern, it's a really good one, it has very good instructions. And the overall look is incredibly similar to the tailored vest from Nordstrom, so you could get a very similar look if that's what you're going for. Number 2 is the long sleeve thermal polo by Caslon. Polo sweaters and tops were another thing that were very popular in the sale. There's several different versions available. This is another one that I have made myself, and so I knew immediately what pattern was right because it's pretty much identical. I chose the McCall's M8240. Now keep in mind that when I made my version, I did find it to come up pretty oversized. It's a little bit more oversized than what it appears in the pattern picture. So you may want to size down one if you want a closer fit that's more similar to the Nordstrom version. I made mine out of a sweater knit, and I think that it is very similar to the Nordstrom version. And the item that I picked comes in solid colors, but I also found quite a few that were made in stripes, so I think that would also be really fun. Just a quick note in case you hear some strange noises. I have Penny, my dog, in here with me because my husband is out of town right now. So if you hear any extra noises, I apologize, but we're just going to keep moving on. Number 3 is an off-the-shoulder sweater from BP. This was another one that there were quite a few different versions available in the sale, and I just feel like this style is really trendy right now. It's one that I'm thinking about trying for myself, but I haven't pulled the trigger quite yet. This version is a sweater out of a sweater knit. It comes in several colors and has nice extra long sleeves that will keep your wrists warm. The pattern that I picked is the Brandy Joan Chamberlain. It comes in sizes extra small up to extra large. I haven't tried any patterns myself from Brandy Joan, but I did happen to find an Instagram review that was very positive, and the details are extremely similar. I think that the Brandy Joan sweater might be a little bit longer, but you could easily crop it if you want it to be more like the Nordstrom sweater. Number 4 is a drapey long sleeve top by Treasure & Bond. Every single year they have a style that is similar to this in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. It's kind of a classic. This year's version has gathers at the shoulder, which is really nice and feminine. And then it has a half placket with little rouleau loops, which is very, very pretty, very romantic. The pattern that I found was the Vicky Sews Edwidge blouse. It comes in sizes 34 to 52. Now this one isn't quite the same as the Treasure & Bond top. The sleeves are a little bit more billowy and balloony, and it also looks like the shoulders are a little bit wider, and the rouleau loop placket goes all the way down the front. But I think the overall vibe is very similar, and this was the closest match that I could find. Number 5 is the Reese Lorna Ottoman Rib off-the-shoulder top, and it's shown in the color red. Just a quick note on the fall trends, red is a very trending color. There were a lot of items in the sale that were made in red, so if you love red like I do, then this is your season. This top is really nice because it does look very beautiful, very romantic, very elegant. So you could easily wear it for a night out, but I also think that it would be really comfortable just as loungewear. The pattern that I found for this one is Vogue 1835. It comes in sizes extra small up to extra, extra large. And this is for a set. So it comes with a top that is off the shoulder with either short sleeves or long sleeves. And it also comes with a pair of pants and even a pair of slippers. So this is meant to be a loungewear set, but you could easily make it out of a pretty ribbed sweater knit and make it a little bit more elegant like the one in the Nordstrom sale. Number 6 is from Nordstrom. It is the striped long sleeve cotton button-up shirt. This is a very classic oversized shirt, and I immediately thought of the new Closet Core Jenna shirt. It comes in sizes extra, extra small up to 4X. Now there's obviously tons and tons of shirt patterns out there. The reason that I chose this one is because the length is pretty similar, the level of oversizedness is pretty similar. A striped shirt is just a classic. If you don't have one in your closet and you like that sort of thing, I would highly encourage you to make at least one. I have a few myself. And I really like in the Nordstrom version, they put the pocket on the bias, so it just adds a little bit of extra interest. Number 7 is from Halogen. It's the long sleeve satin button-up shirt. A silky shirt is just another classic. It's great for workwear, but you can also dress it up or down. The pattern that I've chosen is the Vicky Sews Jenna. It comes in sizes 34 to 52. This is another one that I had made myself out of a rayon satin fabric from Minerva. And I think that it looks pretty spot on for the one in the Nordstrom sale. The only difference is that the Jenna does not have a pleat in the back. And also, if you want to get picky, the Jenna has a flat collar while the one in the Nordstrom sale has a collar stand. But those are extremely minor details. And I think that you could get a very similar look if you chose the Jenna from Vicky Sews. The 8th top is from Frame. It's the asymmetric button stripe stretch organic cotton Henley. Henleys are always popular for fall, but there were quite a few that I saw in the sale this time around. This particular one has a short sleeve and it's in a striped fabric, and then they just added some extra buttons on the V-neck above the placket. And that is something that is obviously very simple to do. You could just sew on extra buttons. The pattern that I picked for this is the Sinclair Patterns Pebble. It comes in sizes extra, extra small up to 4XL. The shape of the blouse is very similar, and it does have a view with short sleeves. It has a V-neck, although the V is a little bit higher than the Frame version. The fit also seems similar to the Frame version. It's fairly close fitting to the body, but it's not super tight. And the pattern is actually more versatile because it comes with sleeve options, and you can also make it a dress. Number 9 is from Eileen Fisher. It's the Bateau Neck Boxy T-shirt. This one was almost not even worth mentioning because it's so basic and simple. But the sale price for this is $85.99, and so I couldn't resist including it because you could easily make a t-shirt that looks basically identical, and the cost would be very low by comparison. The pattern that I picked for this is the True Bias Jessie Tee. It comes in sizes 0 to 32. The shape is almost the same as the Eileen Fisher. You might need to lengthen the body just a little bit. But it's also a boxy t-shirt with oversized sleeves, and bonus, this pattern is free. So you could pick some nice jersey and make yourself a fancy t-shirt and feel all special, but you could pay a fraction of the cost of the original. Number 10 is the One State Puff Sleeve Rib t-shirt. This is a very fitted t-shirt that has kind of a high scooped neck, but the main feature of this is that it has puffy sleeves that look like they have ruching down the center. The pattern that I picked for this is Simplicity 9273. It comes in sizes extra, extra small up to 2XL, and the view that I think is most similar is probably view C. Now, I haven't made this pattern myself, but it looks like the sleeves are pleated rather than gathered, but I do think it still makes a very similar overall look. The fit of the t-shirt and the shape of the neckline is extremely close to the original, so I think this is a pretty good match. Now that we've gotten through all those tops, if you're enjoying this video, I would appreciate it so much if you would give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And now let's move on to bottoms. Number 11 is the Frame Barrel Leg Jeans. I know that a lot of you are not fans of the barrel leg jean trend, but guess what? It is everywhere. It's completely unavoidable, and so if you do like the silhouette, now is a good time to make a pair. I thought this particular pair was pretty nice because although it is a barrel leg, it's fairly subtle. It looks a little bit more like it's just a loose fitting jean, and then it tapers ever so slightly at the ankle. The pattern that I thought was the most similar to this one is the Itch to Stitch Belleville jeans. This comes in sizes 00 up to 40, so an amazing size range. I think that the shape is pretty spot on to the Frame jeans. There's a ton of barrel leg jean patterns out there, but I did think that the shape was the most similar to the Frame jeans, so that's why I chose this particular pattern. Number 12 is the PacSun Mid-Rise Cargo Pants. Cargo pants are still very popular for fall, and this is just your basic utility pant. It has pockets on both sides, and then it has flaps on the back. The pattern that I picked is the Love Notions Largo Cargos. It comes in sizes 0 to 32, and even though the Nordstrom version says it's a mid-rise and the Largo Cargos say they're a high-rise, It looked like the rise was really similar in the pictures, but obviously you could adjust that according to your taste. Now, I can't remember if the Largo cargos have pocket flaps on the back, but that is something that you could easily adjust if that's your preference. Number 13 is the Wit and Wisdom Absolution Skyrise Pleated Ankle Straight Leg Pants. This one's made out of what looks like a tweed fabric, and they are a little bit cropped, but they're basically your classic pleated tapered trouser that has slash pockets and welt pockets in the back. The pattern that I was reminded of was the McCall's 8148. It comes in sizes 8 to 32, and I have sewn these for myself a couple of times. I made the pants and the shorts. The shape of the pants is really similar, but I do just want to point out that the welt pocket instructions on the back are pretty awful, and I was not able to successfully make them myself, so both times that I made this pattern, I just left off the pockets. So if the back welt pockets are really important to you, you might want to try a different pattern, but overall the silhouette is extremely similar to the one in the Nordstrom sale. I'm excited about number 14 because I might want to try these for myself. They're the Waif Livingston Wide Leg Satin Pants, and I've never really considered making satin pants for myself. There's just something about these. They look really comfortable because they have an elastic waist, but because they're satin, you can dress them up and make them look really elegant. The pattern that I chose is my favorite elastic waist pants pattern. It's the Paper Cut Patterns Tula. It comes in sizes 6 to 34, and they even have a version made up in silk, which is extremely similar to the one in the Nordstrom sale. The Tula pants are slightly cropped, so you would need to lengthen them a little bit if you wanted them to be exactly like the waif pants. But the wheels are turning, and in the fall I might have to make myself something very similar myself. I had to include some loungewear pants, so number 15 is the Zella Luxe Wide Leg Pants. These are a basic elastic waist wide leg lounge pant made out of a jersey fabric with pockets. And the pattern that I picked is the Pattern Emporium Urban Pants. It comes in sizes 6 to 22. This is another one that I have made myself, so I can vouch that the pattern is good. It has several different leg shapes, so you can do tapered, you can do straight, you can do wide. And there's also different rise options, and I believe you can add pockets or you can leave them off. Moving on to some skirts, the Madewell Raw Hem Mid-Rise Denim Midi Skirt. The denim midis and maxis are still incredibly popular for the fall season. I have a few ready-to-wear versions myself in my own closet that I wear all the time, and I really love them. This particular one is pretty standard. It has a slight A-line shape, it has a slit in the front, and it does have a raw hem, which I know that not everybody likes, but obviously in sewing you could choose to omit that and just hem it like normal if that's what you like. The pattern that I picked for this is the Style Arc Tommy. It comes in sizes 4 to 30, and it's pretty much exactly the same as the Madewell version, except that it does not have a raw hem. It has all of the jeans styling just like the original, so I think that it could be a pretty close match if you wanted to do a dupe. And rounding out the bottoms at number 17, we have the Rails Angie Side Slit Rib Midi Skirt. This one I thought was really nice because it looks like an elegant, slim-fitting pencil skirt, but it's made out of a knit fabric, so it's going to be more comfortable, and it does include a slit, so it's easier to walk. The pattern that I chose is the Sew House 7 Elemental Pencil Skirt. It comes in sizes 00 up to 34. This is another free pattern, and I have made it myself one time before. You would need to lengthen it a little bit if you wanted it to be more similar to the Nordstrom version, and you would also need to add your own slit, but that's very easy to do. Both items have a facing rather than a waistband, and so it's a very, very similar clean look. And if you made it out of a ribbed sweater knit, you could get a really close dupe for the original. Now let's talk about some layering pieces. Number 18 is the Veronica Beard Ceres Metallic Cotton Blend Tweed Jacket. This is your classic Chanel style jacket. This does have very strong shoulders, which I don't know that I would like on myself particularly, but that's the beauty of sewing. You could tone it down a little bit if you made your own version. The pattern that I picked for this is the Bella Loves Patterns Freddy. It comes in sizes 6 to 22, and the shape is extremely similar to the Veronica Beard jacket, but you would need to add your own trim. I haven't made a jacket like this myself, so I don't know how difficult that would be. But even if you left off the trim, if you picked the right kind of fabric, you could get a really similar feel. And this is such a classic that if you took the time to make this jacket, you would have it in your closet for years. Number 19 is a different kind of classic. It is the Levi's 90s Denim Trucker Jacket. The oversized trend is still going strong for the fall season, and so if you don't have a really oversized denim jacket in your closet and you would like one, the pattern that I found is the Juliana Marteyev's The Jean Jacket. It comes in sizes extra small up to 3XL. The shape is extremely similar to the Levi's jacket. If you wanted a similar wash to the Levi's jacket, you would probably need to do a little bit of distressing and bleaching. But the design of the jacket is very similar, and because it's so oversized, it would work really well for the fall because it's easy to layer. Now moving on to some coats. Number 20 is the Avec les Filles plaid tweed long coat. This is a single breasted coat with a notch collar, and it has pocket flaps on the front. And it's a long length, kind of in between a midi and a maxi. When the fall season comes around, there's always some dead stock wool plaid tweeds out there that are really fun, and I'm always tempted to buy one, but I haven't done it yet. The pattern that I found for this is the Liesl & Co. Cheval coat. It comes in sizes 0 to 20. It is single-breasted, it has the notch collar, it has the pocket flaps. The Cheval coat ends just below the knee, but you could easily lengthen it. And if you found the right fabric, you could get a really good match for the Nordstrom coat. Number 21 is another Avec les Filles. It's the plaid boucle walker coat. This is in another check tweed fabric. It's much more oversized and it ends around mid-hip length. And it looks like the sleeves are also a little bit wider, so it would be easier to layer. The pattern that I found is the IM Patterns Merlin coat. It comes in sizes 34 to 52. It has that really wide lapel, it buttons a little bit lower on the body, and the overall length of the coat is also very similar. I have not sewn this pattern for myself, but IM Patterns is one of my favorite pattern companies. I think that their drafting and their instructions are really good. So if you haven't tried them before, I would not be scared to give them a go. I think that they're a really great company. Number 22 is the last coat from Ralph Lauren. It is the belted wool blend wrap coat. There were a ton of wrap coats available in the sale. I think that it is a style that is very much on trend for fall and winter. The one in the photo in a cream fabric is absolutely stunningly beautiful. I can't wear long white coats in the wintertime where I live because they would just get dirty, but I do think that it is absolutely gorgeous. Nomi 2001, it comes in sizes 10 up to 38W. It is a wrap coat, it has the really wide lapel, it has a belt. So the style is very similar. You might need to lengthen the Nomi pattern just a little bit. And the Nomi actually has an additional detail that has little belts that go around the sleeves, so I actually really like that. But you could leave off that detail if you would prefer a coat that's more similar to the Ralph Lauren version. Now let's talk about some matching sets. Number 23 is a suit from Reiss. It's the Millie peaked lapel blazer, and then I forget what the pants are called, but I will have them linked in my blog post. This red suit is absolutely stunning, and the pieces are sold separately, so it's quite expensive. The minute I saw this suit in the previews, I was immediately reminded of Vogue 1870, which comes in sizes 8 to 26. You do get both the jacket and the pants in one pattern, so it is more economical that way. And the overall design is really similar. The blazers are both kind of long line fitted blazers. They both have notched collars and pocket flaps on the front, and then the pants are also very similarly shaped. They're a little bit of a boot cut and they're both full length. So you could make an absolutely stunning suit. It's a little bit too fancy for me. I won't be making this for myself, but I think the overall look, if that's your vibe, is absolutely beautiful. Moving on to a loungewear set, number 24 is an open edit cozy rib 3-piece loungewear set. This comes with a cardigan, a fitted tank top, and some wide leg pants. The instant that I saw this, I knew exactly the pattern that would be perfect for it. It's Simplicity 9857. It comes in sizes extra small up to extra, extra large. It is also a 3-piece set that comes with a cropped cardigan, a bra top, and wide leg pants. The only difference is if you wanted to make an identical copy is that you would need to lengthen the bra top so it's more of a cropped tank. But otherwise you could get your favorite cozy loungewear fabric and make an exact duplicate of this set. Number 25, we have some pajamas. This is the Lunya Racerback Washable Silk Short Pajamas. These just look so luxe to me and so comfortable. It has a very loose fitting scooped tank top and then some really short little flirty shorts. The pattern that I picked for this is the Megan Nielsen Reef, which comes in sizes 0 to 30. Now it's not completely identical, but on the back of both tops, they do have a kind of an overlapping detail, which I thought was really similar. And the Megan Nielsen pattern uses linen in their sample, but I think you could easily use silk and get a very, very luxurious similar feel. Number 26 is from Nordstrom. It's a little bit more of a standard set of pajamas. It's the Moonlight Short Pajamas. These are made out of a jersey fabric. And I actually have this set in my own wardrobe and it's very comfortable to wear. It's your classic pajama top and matching shorts with piping. The pattern that I picked for this is the Butterick 6296, which comes in sizes 6 to 22. And the reason why I picked this pattern is because it can be made in jersey as well as woven. If you made views A and C, which are pictured on the pattern, the short sleeve top and the shorts, it's pretty much identical to the Nordstrom version, and in a jersey fabric, they are extremely comfortable to wear to sleep in. Now let's finish up with some dresses. Number 27 is the Madewell floral print V-neck Cupro blend midi dress. I thought the fabric for this was really interesting because it's a very abstract floral design. I feel like I've seen fabrics out there that are kind of similar to this. The pattern that I picked for this one is the Tessuti Lois dress. It comes in sizes 6 to 16, and the shape is extremely similar. It has that plunging V-neck, it has the grown-on sleeves, it's fairly fitted through the waist, and then it has an A-line shape. And you would just have to lengthen it a little bit if you wanted it to be more similar to the Madewell dress. Number 28 is the Faherty Jemina linen dress. I'm probably butchering that name, apologies. This one is a shift dress that has a button placket that goes about halfway down the body, and the really cool detail is it has little pin tucks. It looks super comfortable to wear. And it's also one that you could wear right now in the summertime and also transition it into the fall with some tights and boots. The pattern that I chose for this is McCall's 8320. It comes in sizes extra small up to 2XL. And if you wanted to make something very similar to the Nordstrom dress, you would choose view A, which has the short sleeves and the pin tucks with the placket. And then instead of putting the ruffle on the bottom, you could just extend the skirt. Basically, you'd be making view C, but with the sleeves from view A and without using the trim on view C. I hope that makes sense, but I think you could get a good combination of the views that looks very similar to the dress from Nordstrom. Number 29 is a cinq-a-sept dress. It's called the JC Floating Daisies shirt dress. This one I thought was really fun is because it's your classic shirt dress, but it has a wrap detail on the front, and this ditzy floral print is really pretty for fall. For patterns, I picked McCall's 8286. It comes in sizes 8 to 32W. The view that is most similar to the Nordstrom dress is view C with the long sleeves. And if you made it out of a floral drapey fabric, I think you could get a really similar look. But I also think it could look nice in something like a floral printed needle cord. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a fall dress. Number 30 is a loungewear dress from Sweaty Betty. It's called the Explorer Rib Bodice Racerback Dress. Now there were several dresses in the sale I thought was interesting that had that mixed media element where the top was a knit and the bottom was a woven. This particular version I think is meant to be more sporty. It does say that it's made out of a wicking fabric, but obviously you can pick whatever fabric you want. And the pattern that I picked for this is McCall's 8476. It comes in sizes 6 to 24. View B does have a racerback version, and it is meant to be a fitted knit bodice with a more flowy woven skirt that is gathered at the waistline. I do think that a dress like this would be really comfortable, and you could wear it in the fall if you styled it with a cardigan or a jacket over top. And number 31 is the All Saints Hadley Butterfly Print Cowl Neck Satin Slip Dress. When I saw this dress, I was immediately reminded of a particular pattern, which many of you are probably familiar with. It's the Sewing Mason Sicily slip dress, and it comes in sizes A to J. This is a bias cut slip dress that has that drapey cowl neck. There were a lot of cowl neck tops and dresses in the sale, so I think that's another thing that's going to be on trend. And made out of a satin or a silk, you could get a really similar look, and all you would really need to do is to add that slit on the side. So I hope that you have gotten some inspiration on the kinds of things that you might want to make for fall. Let me know in the comments if any of these caught your eye and you're going to be adding any of these patterns to your sewing list for the fall season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.